In 1996, Japanese game studio Game Freak releases Pokemon Red and Green, and it takes the world by storm, selling over 480 million copies. The hype for the game had to be balanced somehow, and a town with a song annoying enough to make a couple hundred kids kill themselves is a hell of a way to do it. Obviously it's 2023, and by now we can realize that there aren't any frequencies in the song that only children can hear, causing them to kill themselves. The ghost-themed city Lavender Town was said to contain high frequencies rumored to cause some pretty spooky shit. From headaches, nosebleeds, insomnia, irritability, and a rumored 200 or so child suicides in the spring of 1996, right after the first game came out. When you finally reach Lavender Town in the game, immediately you notice a massive structure in the northeast corner. The first character you talk to mentions something about it being haunted, specifically by Pokemon Team Rocket is killed. And the next explains that this is a burial town and funeral services are held in the Pokemon Tower, as it's referred to. Pretty welcoming start. Moving along, right outside of the tower you meet an NPC who questions your beliefs on ghosts. If you say you don't believe in them, she mentions a white hand on your shoulder. This is mentioned again in the Origins anime, where you can see the mysterious translucent hand above the character.
左肩に白い手が置かれてるなんて私の見間違いだよね。やだな、冗談はやめてくださいよ。
So we finally made it to the Pokemon Tower. There are a few NPCs scattered around this first room mourning their lost Pokemon, and a Chandler that you can speak with, but more on them later. Once you go upstairs, you find your rival being an ass like usual. It's not really known why you find him up here, but the most popular theory is that your last battle on a cruise ship killed his Raticate. Either way, we whoop his ass and move on to the next floor. The next encounter we find up here is with the Chandler, a ghost-type trainer with some pretty interesting dialogue for a fucking kids game.
Give me your soul.
Well, after you make it past all those weirdos and finally make it to the top floor, you get to face off against the Marowak-mon that Team Rocket killed. This wasn't always the case, though. There are stories of the original source files for the game containing the Berryman script, which was the originally intended final boss for the Pokemon Tower. The buried alive model looks like a rotting corpse clawing at you, and if that wasn't creepy enough, this is what he says at the start of the encounter.
You are here, I'm trapped, and I'm lonely, so very lonely, won't you join me?
When I was a kid and first watching like the fucking J-Witz video about Buried Alive, I was probably like 8 or 9, late night at my grandma's house, and it scared the fuck out of me. So once you actually get into the fight with Buried Alive, all his Pokemon are just insanely strong, and there's no way you can beat him. After he inevitably sweeps your team. He says, "Finally, fresh meat," and followed by a couple of lines of gibberish. Instead of the normal game over screen you get when you black out or whatever, when you lose to a trainer. But then you get this creepy ass fucking game over screen where Buried Alive is like devouring the player character. It's pretty fucked up. There's a lot of cool ROM hacks that go along with Lavender Town, and specifically Buried Alive. There's a pretty good ROM hack that adds him into the game. That's what's running in the background here. But another really interesting ROM hack is Pokemon Creepy Black. Pokemon Black is an alleged bootleg red version that lets you kill trainers and their Pokemon with the ghost of Pokemon Tower. The story goes that a collector of bootleg Pokemon games came across the black cartridge at a garage sale, and when booting it up, it appeared just to be Pokemon Red. When he got a starter, he realized he also had another Pokemon in his party, Ghost. Ghost only has one attack. This is the same Ghost from Pokemon Tower, believe it or not. Curse was that one attack. When used, the screen will fade to black and you hear the enemy Pokemon's cry. Killing Pokemon and their trainers makes for a pretty easy game, especially when you just one-bang them. By the time you make it past the Elite Four, you finally get another switch up with some dialogue saying many years have passed. And the game will send you to Lavender Town as an old man now. And there's no other NPCs there, just tombstones that are left behind from the trainers that you've killed. Eventually you encounter this ghost that you've been taking around the whole region killing everybody, but this time, big shocker, he's after you. And in the fight, you only get one move to use, Struggle, which doesn't deal any damage to him and deals a little bit to you. And after a couple turns, when you get down low enough, he uses Curse on you, crashing the game, deleting your save. That's it. Well, I think that probably just about wraps up this gaming mystery video. If you liked it, like it, subscribe if you want, and let me know what you guys would like to see in the future. I'm planning on keeping, like, I don't know, a general niche of like gaming mystery, creepypasta type bullshit, but, you know, obviously whatever you guys want goes. So leave it in the comments, let me know, and I'll see you next time. Bye.